10, I'd like to speak about antimony. You mentioned that as one of the NATO critical minerals, and it's used for fire retardant material and other defense applications. China produces 110,000 tons per year. How much does Canada produce of antimony?
I'm happy to share the exact figure in writing to the committee.
Thank you. My understanding is zero, but thank you for sharing zero with the committee. We look forward to that. We do have a mine, in fact, at Beaverbrook in Newfoundland. Is that correct?
It is not currently in production right now.
That was my next question. So, could you know who this, so it has been producing antimony. It's no longer producing. It's been shuttered. Can you tell me who owns that mine?
I'm happy to submit that to the committee.
Okay. Well, I'll share with you that it's China Minmetal Company, which is a state-owned, Chinese state-owned company, and they've decided to shutter it, and now we don't produce this.
Canadians have no idea how important this is. I cannot express to you how important that clip was, and I'm going to break it down in very simple terms. China owns Canada's only antimony mine, and they shut it down. Antimony is in every single bullet, every missile, every night vision system. No army, and I mean no army on earth, can fight a day without antimony. China bought that Beaverbrook mine in Newfoundland, and they bought it for under $30 million. Then they shuttered it 1 year later in 2023. Beijing, China, they then banned antimony exports to the US military. Prices then went up from $5,900 a ton to nearly $60,000. This mine could produce 5% of the total global supply. Instead, it sits idly under Chinese state control in our home, an hour away from Canadian military bases designated for the F-35s. The US, they launched a $10 billion critical minerals reserve. They signed 11 bilateral deals. Canada signed 0. And Carney called China a strategic partner. Meanwhile, China is using our own resources as a weapon against the West. This is insane.
I have a message for the Canadian people. Don't vote for this guy. Mark Carney is the most elite of elitists out there. This guy is not a man of the people at all. He's the ultimate elitist. And be careful, because he put out a message and he conflated, hey, Trump is the biggest threat to we've had, in his lifetime. Thinking about all the things that have threatened humankind in his lifetime. So it's hyperbolic, but then he started bragging about the economy, the liberal economy. I have all these charts. I mean, it's just, and they're all heartbreaking if you're a Canadian. The standard of living has imploded. You look at the investments, right, or where the jobs are. Almost all of it public sector, little private sector, and self-employment, none. There's no real business opportunities there. OECD predicts the worst economies for the 2020 to 2030 at the end of all 36 countries, Canada. So, I mean, be careful. You've got to, right, it's that bad. It's horrific. It's horrific. And this country needs a reboot, right?
Which means Canada's vulnerable.
It's extraordinarily vulnerable.
Yeah. They're vulnerable to a major power like America taking them on.
Sure. And we're friends. Again, this is reciprocal. This is like, hey, okay, you want to protect your dairy farmers, and they, for whatever reason, they supersede everyone else. Negotiate with the Trump team. But this sort of saber rattling. But I will say this: they do have a friend in the American media. And my emails this morning, I get one from Fortune, and it says America's war on Canada. We didn't declare war. The article, you can't find that anywhere in the article, but that's where they headline it. Maybe it makes you open an email, but again, this is the kind of stuff that's happening out there. It's really, this is a heartfelt message to Canada and people up there. It's time to turn your country around. Time to make Canada great again.
One of the things in the Farm Bill, I'm still trying to get out of it, was successful in getting this out of prior bills, is immunity for a German company called Bayer that makes glyphosate. This is not to grant farmers immunity. This is to grant the corporation immunity if they give if farmers contract a form of cancer or non-Hodgkin's lymphoma from this chemical. if this makes it into the Farm Bill, you won't be able to sue for that. And I know they're dealing with some similar legislation at the state level.
They're calling it efficiency and they're calling it sustainability, but what they're actually doing is building a digital fence around the most basic resource on Earth. On April 1st, a Calgary City Committee narrowly voted 7-6 to move forward with a water efficiency plan. If the full council passes this, outdoor watering schedules become permanent. We are talking $400 fines and city officials with the power to shut off your household water if you do not comply. Why? Well, because supply is at capacity, right? Wrong. It's only at capacity for you. While you're being told that a green lawn or fresh vegetables is a punishment for infrastructure leaks, the Beacon AI Indus project is moving in. Their estimated draw, 1.5 million liters of portable water per day. That is more than the entire town of Langdon uses in a whole year, siphoned off to cool AI servers while your taps are being throttled. They are lying to your face about the impact as well. Look at the stories that are coming out of other data center hubs. People are waking up to faucets that barely trickle because a server farm nearby is sucking the aquifer dry. They are seeing cloudy, sediment-filled water in their sinks because the water table has been dropped so low their wells are pulling up the dregs from the bottom. Imagine paying a $400 fine for your garden only to turn your tap on and see brown water because a billion-dollar AI company has first dibs on the clean stuff. This is a province-wide gold rush happening in the dark. While we're all distracted by political noise and separation talk, projects like the $70 billion Wonder Valley and the massive hubs in Olds are moving through rezoning and private land deals under corporate NDAs. Hannah is next. These aren't small server rooms. They are industrial-scale consumer reshaping Alberta's energy and water landscape while you're told to conserve. This is the blueprint Samantha Power from the World Economic Forum said. They said they want to put soil, land, and water on government balance sheets. Once it's an asset on a ledger, it can be sold to the highest bidder. Don't believe me? Look at Ontario. Doug Ford passed Bill C-60, creating water corporations under the Business Corporation Act. That's the same law for-profit companies have. These corporations can set their own rates and are not accountable to the Crown. The divergent factions are being built right now. Move people into modular 15-minute pods, take away their car, privatize the water so that you have to pay corporation to survive. They are making it illegal to be self-sufficient. So it's time to stop calling it climate action and start calling it what it is, the ultimate power grab. Don't let them stay quiet. Demand to see the water license applications for these data centers. If they want to talk about efficiency, make them start with the servers, not your sinks.
We are, broadly speaking, agreed that we need to get on track towards a net zero, climate safe and nature positive future, but we know this will not be easy. And we're going to need to change behaviors of both individuals, but also the way that our industries and corporations and also our governments work and practice. We're going to need to do this through a mixture of carrots and hopefully perhaps not so many sticks, and some kind of mix. And there's a very active and live debate as to how we go about this. But we're likely to see an increasing move towards a more stick-like interventions into the future as things worsen if we're not able to act.